So you've looked through the various definitions of religion, and now it's time to look a little bit further at what this class will use as the definition of religion. One last note before sharing this class definition. The word religion has its roots in Latin. Religiare, meaning to tie or to bind. Ligiere, being bound with care. There's an emphasis on this compassion and empathy and being connected to something that is beyond, something that is sacred. Now, having looked through all the definitions of religion, we come to a point where I'm going to share the definition that we use for this course. The definition is made up of components from other definitions. Religion is the beliefs and actions that bind with care a person or community of persons together in their understanding of and response to the ultimate and questions of ultimate concern. So in this sense, we're to talk about what the mind is thinking, the beliefs, the philosophy, the ideologies. And then it's the rituals, it's the practices, it's the actions. Both of these are joined in this understanding of what religion is. And these beliefs, these actions are tied to whatever the questions are that, as Paul Tillich said, they're the deepest, strongest, the most important questions. Now, one thing that comes up with this definition is, where does the word sacred come in? Or the numinous, as Rudolf Otto mentions. As an aside, you will see additional videos added which cover the in-class lectures and the Zoom conference calls. In those, we will go deeper into some of the definitions of religion that were on the previous page. But coming back, this notion of the sacred, it shows up in the answers to the questions of ultimate concern. What is sacred? The divine ultimate power is sacred. What is sacred? This ritual that I'm doing because it connects me with the divine. This object is sacred because it has meaning and purpose. It's important to me. And in some sense, it's providing me with something that is beyond this secular, physical, temporary existence. Even if the object itself may not last forever, there's a meaning of eternity within it. The thing is, understanding those definitions of religion is not enough to say, well, this is a religion. When we do the Zoom call, or you listen to the Zoom or conference recordings, you will hear mention of how every one of these definitions, including the definition for the class, can be problematic at times. We can take and look at all manner of different actions and see that they can be religious. They can be spiritual, but they also may not be. So before we go and touch a little bit more on that component, one way to look at religion is religious inclinations. On the cosmological side, what we mean by cosmological is, where does the divine reside primarily? Where does the ultimate power take up residence? So, religious inclinations, you can think of it as a line going across a page. And again, with the Zoom conference, this will be displayed. as an image. And on one side, you have cosmological. This means that the ultimate power, the up, the divine, is primarily seen, primarily understood as residing in the physical world, the physical dimensions. Very cosmological religions would say that the divine, the ultimate power, lives on Earth. When we get to tribal religions, we'll watch a video about the Gagaju of Australia. And at one point in the video, the gentleman says, that rock there, that rock is Injuanjua, the creator deity. And so it's this notion of seeing that the divine is present, is represented in this realm. Most cosmological, right here, this planet, this Earth. Cosmological can also mean the idea that up in the stars, the skies. But then you begin to go into another realm of existence. And that's where we see transcendental. In this case, the ultimate power is above, beyond, located in another dimension, another realm of existence. Again, using the Gagaju that you will encounter when we get to tribal religions, there is a component of a transcendental religion there as well. One that has actually shifted from cosmological to transcendental. And this is the notion of the dreaming or the dream time. In ancient days, dream time and our real physical time were the same. But over time, dream time became separate. And now dream time has even swayed further from real time. Cosmological religions, the divine is here, it's part of the world. Transcendental, it's above, it's beyond, and it's in the astral plane. It's that the ultimate power lives in heaven. Transcendental religions still may have the notion that there is a sacred place where the divine can come and be seen or experienced, but that this place here is not the true ultimate reality. It's above and beyond. Similarly, cosmological religions can state that the divine resides here, but also can come and go and move to different areas, different places or spaces. All right, world embracing versus world denying. Again, you had this notion that it's a line, and religions tend to be more one or more the other. There's an exception I'll talk about in a moment. World embracing, the emphasis is on the present. It's on this world, this life. The notion that this is your life, this is it. Make the most of it. The present is the present that you've been given. And you are that present. World embracing is focusing on the now, on this existence, on the notion that the truths, the answers to the ultimate can be found, can be experienced within this life. World denying has two forms. One form is going to focus on the notion of a heaven or a place that is after this existence. In this sense, the world denying says, perhaps this life is just a testing ground. This is not your true home, your true reality. Rather, your deepest life, your eternal life, only begins at the end of this physical life. World denying emphasizes that this is the ultimate can begin to be reached here in this life, but ultimately it only is going to be fully realized after this life. So again, a focus towards heaven, or a focus on just exactly what the afterlife is. The second form of world denying is this notion that everything we see is illusion. It's not capital R reality. If you've ever seen The Matrix, the notion of, well, what you think is real isn't real. And then when you think that new thing is real, you learn it isn't real. And sometimes you end up not being able to tell which one's real because it's all an illusion. Most religions fall somewhere between world embracing and the first form of world denying. Some religions do move towards that second form of world denying. And then you have Buddhism. And when we get to Buddhism, we'll delve more deeply into this. But in Buddhism, there's this notion that the only moment, tathata, the only thing that exists is this moment. Okay, that moment's gone. Tathata, the momentariness of existence, that single split moment where there is. Beyond that, though, in Buddhism, everything else that we perceive as capital R real isn't. It's an illusion. So we'll cover that more when we get to Buddhism, but it's this notion that you can have both world denying and world embracing within the same ideology, within the same belief system.